Next on the card, who was it the Usos match? I think it was the Uso match. So Ali Knight, Royce Keys, Solo Sikoa versus the Bloodline. Um, you you're quite disappointed. I thought it was one of the better WWE pay-per-views, to be honest. I thought it was one of the better WWE pay-per-views. Who do you think is going to steal the show overall? Braun Breaker. If it's not Oba, it's going to be Braun Breaker. Did Brock retire? Not really. Not really. Felt like a better WrestleMania, yeah, basically. Basically. The card tomorrow is terrible. I'm not forward to a Danhausen or anything like that. Like, I'm not really here for it, to be honest. Can't be asked. Uh, you think Brock retires Monday? I don't think it's that important, to be honest, whether Brock retires or not. Like, I couldn't really give a damn. People come, people go, man, and people get old. And if he couldn't, if he couldn't get through that match how he was supposed to, I feel like it was cut short. I feel like it was cut short, and that's why Obo was a bit shocked and surprised, and I feel like Brock gave up. That's what I feel. Um, let's have a look at some of the comments. Gunther Nicole, should have been longer. Uh, Punk and Cody felt very slow. Yeah, I said the same thing, man. I said the same thing. I don't understand why Punk and Aldis didn't get their chance. Not Punk, flipping out. Gunther and Aldis didn't get their chance to showcase like bigger moves, like hurtful moves. Like just the chance to make the match a 10 out of 10 or 5 star or anything like that. It did feel like it was cut short, but all the matches felt a bit short, to be honest. All of them. Only 3 women's matches. Whole SummerSlam is diabolical. Why is it diabolical? Why is it diabolical? They've got near enough every women's fighter wrestling. They've put most of the women on the show. Um, and the roster isn't that great, to be honest. They haven't got enough talent to be able to cope putting on more shows, more women's matches. Danhausen really got a match before Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Danhausen. I hate that guy. Yeah, I don't get it. The comedy thing, like, he'd never be Goldust, put it that way. He's never ever going to be Goldust. So it's all a bit fake. But waiting for that Saudi paycheck, he might not even last that long. Why is Timu on your screen? Because I am an affiliate for them. I haven't put my codes up and stuff like that, but I've got an affiliation with Timu. WWE has no stars. Brock all about the money. Yeah, basically. Basically. But I feel like that match was supposed to go on a bit longer. And Brock just gave up. Who won? Oba won. Just happy Cody didn't win. To be fair, he's boring. Yeah, Cody is one of the worst. Like, is he's got a little 5 moves of doom as well. Like, why is Cody? Why is Cody going to the top rope to do a cutter? Why does his not work, but Javon Evans works? It don't make any sense to me. It don't make any sense to me. He needs to stop doing that. No point in having a style if you don't go to the top, in your opinion. I fully agree. I agree. But I also agree Like you've got to actually use the Hell in the Cell. Like it doesn't that didn't make any sense to me. Why are they in the Hell in the Cell match when nobody got hit into the cell? They broke a table. They used the stairs, used some chairs, used the wood underneath the ring, but no one actually got hit off the cage. They could have had someone go through the cage. They could have placed the door somewhere else so they both go through it on the ramp. Like, there could have been loads of different stuff that could have happened. So they should have just made it a last man standing match. It didn't make any sense. You surprised Linda McMahon was front row? I didn't see her. I really don't know how I feel about tonight. It was like let's make it get it clear, yeah. This was better than a lot of other WWE content. This was better. So it wasn't terrible. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't really, really, really bad. But it was better than what you usually get at WWE pay-per-views. So that's why I'm taking it on the chin. The end. What? At that end was I want to retire with Omar, but I've been forced to retire with Gone for Later. Oh, okay. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Little Survivor Series thing. But Gunther sucks, bro. Gunther sucks. Fans will complain. Fans like this complain as usual. If it was AEW, they'd have done a big spot on top of the cell. But it's not. That's the thing. We've got to stop doing this comparison between AEW and WWE. WWE is a big branded, we've been here over 30 years type show. AEW is a indie show in a big, like, indie show with a big showcase. Like, we gotta stop comparing. Yes, AEW is better, but it's not on WWE's level when it comes to money and showcase, and you know what I mean. I would prefer AEW. I always prefer the AEW. Every pay per view is great, but we grew up on WWE, so it's just going to be the bigger company forever. Literally the best pay per view in 3 years. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like it wasn't amazing, but there wasn't a bad match. Yes, Nikki Bella and all that wasn't amazing, but it was still watchable. Whereas sometimes we watch these matches and we think, what is going on? Paul did not turn, Vakir did not return. You're right, Tiana, and I got it wrong. The show wasn't great. I see that looks of the WWE fans claim it's absolutely fantastic. It's not bad, just lacking. Yeah, it's always lacking. It's always lacking. Like I always say, it's very showcasey. It's very theatrical. It's not a wrestling show. It's a entertainment show with a bit of wrestling. Whereas AEW is a wrestling show with a bit of entertainment. So this is sports entertainment, mum. Sports entertainment. This is why we can't compare the two. I think the Hell in the Cell was short because nobody got to cash in the King of the Ring contract tomorrow. Yes, I did say this as well. He has got Roman Reigns in his sights. But I think it was short because Brock Lesnar literally gave up. I think we'll probably see news tomorrow that there was a fallout backstage with Brock Lesnar, Triple H, TKO, that type of thing. So yeah, I think tomorrow we'll see something about people falling out, arguments, and all this stuff. Boom, boom. Um, First half of the card was so fire. Second was a bit of a letdown. Urban match was good. Though the first match of the card was fire, the second was a bit yeah. That is exactly it, Riley. That is exactly it. The EOs, the solar scores, the Gunther. It, it got kicked off correctly. The first match was match of the night. If that match, I'm saying this now, it should have been the Nikki Bella match, then the solo match, then the Gunther match, then Punk and Cody, then the Hell in a Cell, then EO and Liv. If we do it by worst to best, that would be my order. That would be my order because Liv and EO smashed it. They smashed it, man. I was so happy. I was so happy with that match. Over, over. I'm excited to see Gable versus Penta. That shit's gonna slap. Right. Gable versus Penta. Let me tell you this now. I'm gonna do my prediction videos of what will happen, but I'm telling you what should happen. Yeah. Chad Gable should beat Penta. Yeah. Have their match. Have it as amazing as you want. Chad Gable should beat Penta. After that match, what's his name? Ethan. Oh, what's his name? Is it Ethan Carter? Ethan Page should come down, yeah, and absolutely batter Chad Gable. He should rip him to shreds, yeah, to the point where Chad Gable is nearly hospitalized. Then on Monday, Chad Gable should turn into. Can you remember when Kurt Angle was an absolute wrestling machine? He'd lose his head. He'd get everyone into. Yeah, I'm thinking EC. Yeah, I am. I am. He should. Yeah, he should absolutely rip him apart on Monday. In frustration that he got beaten by Ethan Page, and that should be our next intercontinental rivalry. Yeah, Ethan Page needs to absolutely tear into Chad Gable, and then Chad Gable come out and just go absolutely mental on Monday night. That's how it should go, man. Big up Jensen, man. Thank you for the hand hearts and the gold boxing, man. I highly appreciate that, man. There's never a value that I don't appreciate. So thank you very much. Every little counts, man. Thank you very much. But yeah, so that's how I feel like Chad Gable and Penta match should go. Because they've got nothing else. They've got nothing else. If Penta wins, in a match where there was no story anyway, what's the point? And with Chad Gable being from Minnesota, um, he should win. And then Ethan Page, rattle the cage. Yeah, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Let me just go through. Sure, yeah. Excited, yeah. Do we think The Rock will stare down Roman tomorrow to end the show, or will we see Zilla? Oh, I forgot about Zilla, you know. Forgot about Zilla. Zilla and Seth. Zilla and Seth. If he costs him. Nah. Nah, I just think Roman's gonna it's not gonna yeah, it's not gonna be quick, but Roman's gonna win. Yeah. And it's not gonna be a long match. And then that leads the way for Obafemi. That leads the way for Obafemi. They haven't announced who's actually main eventing tomorrow, so can you imagine if Roman and Seth actually start the show? Can you imagine the adrenaline of people like thinking what could happen at the end of the show? Solo match was very good. Solo's very good, man. Solo's very good. And let me tell you this now, WWE, yeah, you need to stop taking the mick with LA Knight because you heard how loud the crowd was when he came out. It's crazy how loud that crowd was when he came out. So WWE, stop taking the mick with um my man. What's his name? LA Knight. Stop doing it. Hear me out. Oba confronts Roman after night 2. Yeah, I've said that. Actually begging Zilla to debut tomorrow. At the moment, I don't want him to because I don't think anyone in the WWE can keep up with him at the moment. Like he beats Jeffin. He probably has a great matchup with Carmelo Hayes, but we've seen what WWE are doing with him. Penta is just here for the matches, no storylines, so there's not really anything between them two. We ain't got a Ray Phoenix. Who's Penta against? Chad Gable. I think he's bigger than Zilla, so I can't see Zilla really getting the win against him. So I think Zilla's a bit of an odd one. I think he's going to be in the Bloodline storyline for a while. Thank you, Alfie, for the follow. Highly appreciate it. No problem, bro. Keep going, bro. Thank you, Jensen. We need a Penta versus Jevon match, I think. I'm sure we've already had one of this. I feel we had numerous. That Brock Open match was rubbish. Yeah. So glad Oba won. So let's take out Jay and help Seth. I hear it, but I don't hear it. Because why? Because why? Why would Zilla come and help Seth? Unless Roman does something to Jacob, that's the only way I can see Zilla helping. Is if Roman does something to Jacob. Now it was good. It could have just been longer. Honestly, expecting Zilla to debut, trying to cost Roman any way he can. That's what I mean. If he puts his hands on Jacob, might see it. Solo as a face is iconic. Solo as a face will be iconic. Yeah. If WWE managed to do this right, he might be the next coming of The Rock. You heard it here first. LA Knight deserves an opportunity. Yep, LA Knight always deserves an opportunity. It's mental how loud the crowd actually is for LA Knight when he comes out, and WWE literally just ignore it. They just ignore it. It's like it doesn't exist. Big up Danny Love over on YouTube for the like. For the follow. Big up Heather for the comments. But yeah, like it's mental what they're doing to LA Knight, man. Mental. Could have been more for Ober and Brock. Definitely could have been more. Like I was saying earlier, they didn't use the cage. They didn't like experience any sort of head trauma. Um, I don't think one of them went to the top rope and did something they like you wouldn't expect them to do. Whoa! What the flipping hell was that? That scared the hell out of me. Oh my god, that was mental. Um, whoa. Surviving three F5s in the tombstone on wooden boards is crazy. I don't know what they're trying to do with this guy. So just think of it this way, yeah? Think of it this way. So first match, he survives, was it 7 F5s? Or was that a quick one? I can't remember. What was the first match, guys? There was one where he survived 7. Yeah? And it was like, so who beats him? Who actually beats him? And then the second match, Brock Lesnar absolutely destroys him. And then the third match, he's done all this 3 F5s and a tombstone on the wood. So if he can take all this, I'm sure one Cody cutter should never beat him. I'm sure one go to sleep would never beat him. I'm sure one curb stomp will never beat him. I'm sure like there's even Roman spear, like Bron Breaker's spear. How many of these finishers are they going to need to do if Brock has to do so much and still can't keep him down? So does that mean Ober never loses? Is Ober going to be undefeated? Is Ober the next coming to Goldberg? Like it it's crazy to me how they're building this guy up because they're setting themselves up to fail when they find out that Ober can't lose. They're setting themselves up to fail. Not enjoyed it tonight. The last match was probably early the best one. Come on, bro. Let's be real, man. The best match of the night was Io and Liv, man. Io and Liv, man. They tore the house down for the first match. It was an actual wrestling match. It didn't need the run-ins and stuff like that, but it was exciting, man. It was a good watch. Bella Twins' most obvious heel turn, yeah, that was poo. Um, what exactly does that do for us? It makes me think Brock was carrying an injury coming to the match. Yeah, that's what I think. Something happened in that match for Brock Lesnar to lose at that point. I don't think he was meant to lose right there. It was a bit of a shock to see the match end there. Like one little powerbomb after all he did to Ober makes no sense. I think it was the first. I think it was a free first match. I think it was free first match. I don't know what that means. I do honestly think, as good as Ober is, WWE would drop the ball with him come the Rumble. I think they've dropped the ball with him already. Like, they've made it so he can't lose. I think Ober beats Roman, and for some reason he'll vacate the title because no one beats him. That's what I mean. Like, it set themselves up to fail. I want to see Royce Keys get a push after that match tonight. He got no pop or anything because he sucks. Because he sucks, bro. That's why he was a jobber in AEW, because he sucked, bro. That's why he was a trios champion. Like, as a guy, he's probably great, but in-ring performer, he couldn't even lift up Jimmy Uso, bro. He struggled to lift up Jimmy Uso. What do you even do then? Hell in a Cell was absolutely wasted. 2 months is like should have been an absolute classic. Yep, that's what I said in my preview. It should have been match of the year, and it would have been match of the year if someone like Penta or I don't know, just someone who can actually perform in matches wrote the match. Like Michael Hayes, like who is he? Who is he really? Like Tyson Kidd, he was crap. The Hurricane, he was a character. He wasn't very good at matches. There were all these mid carders. Abyss, another character, but he didn't really have anything about him. Like people who were not at the top or not really good wrestlers shouldn't be writing matches. Unless you are, let's say, a Vince Russo or something like who has a creative mind. These guys suck. Yeah, they can't write a match that saves their life. It's an absolute joke. It was out of nowhere, no chance, nobody was injured prior and during that match. Yeah, completely out of the blue. I think Brock just gave up. Like literally, he couldn't be asked. Couldn't be asked anymore. They brought him back, and his idea was to just get the money and do as much as possible and give it an ending. Because they even tried to cut it off, and Brock just got back in the ring, grabbed the mic, said what he wanted to say, man, just did what he wanted to do. Ober Gunther #1 contender match, no point, mate. No point. Ober's already #1 contender, and Gunther's like gonna absolutely decimate Sammy or something. So like they won't let Ober and Gunther touch each other because they don't want either of them to lose. My dream match is Loki Penta versus Finn on the Demon. I feel like the match would bang with any stipulation. I don't think it needs a stipulation, man. This could be an ordinary wrestling match, man. These two could put on an absolute clinic if they wanted to. I'd bloody hell. I'd have much rather Shawn Michaels write that match. I don't know Shawn Michaels as a writer. I don't really watch NXT like that, but he is a top ring performer. So yeah, I'd take it. I wouldn't take The Undertaker as a writer. I think he's more of a performer, but he's a bit of a guinea pig, man. He did whatever Vince said. With Ziva, he gave up all concussion protocol for Ober, but then he never took any bumps. It was weird, man. Hayden, we didn't see anything about retiring, so we're unsure at the moment. But yeah, like it was just a weird one. How the match just went boom, finish. After 3 F5s, yeah. 3 F5s. And a tombstone on wood. Ober got up, finished the match. Ober got up and just finished the match. Who wrote this stuff? Who sat there? Right, they all sat around that stupid little table with the whiteboards, yeah. Wrote on the board. Yeah. Then Brock Lesnar could do 3 F5s. And then, what if you make him do a tombstone on the wood? That'd be a great idea. Yeah. And then Oba says no and power bombs him and it's over. Not even power bombs him on the wood. Yeah. He just did a power bomb. That's all he did, bro. That's all he did. Not even on the chairs, not on the wood. Like, we didn't even see Brock Lesnar do a fall from grace. That is what we needed to see. We needed to see Brock Lesnar hoist him up and powerbomb him. We need to see Oba do an F5. We got none of that. Yeah. We put these two guys in a sand match to not use the sand. Make it make sense. I've never seen one man Irish whip another man through a table. Irish whip through a table. Are you having a laugh? Who wrote this match? Crazy. Crazy. And then they have the audacity to put it as the main event. Like it was going to be amazing. And it wasn't. I don't think Oba will be top guy that we're hoping for. It's a hard one because they obviously don't want to lose as much as the next big guy. But like I said, the way they built him up, yeah, tells me that he shouldn't be losing to a crossroads, a spear, a go to sleep, a curb stomp. None of it. That's what it tells me. That's what it tells me personally. That he shouldn't be losing to these people. The only person that could possibly beat Obafemi is gonna have to be Braun Strowman or something. Big Show. Great Khali. Because all these guys that are smaller than him doesn't make any sense. But they ain't got anyone like that. And I hope they're not planning on bringing Big Cass back to go against Over. Because he's got no other big guys. Braun will be gone till Mania 43. Braun might be in the Royal Rumble, to be honest. Brock might be in the Royal Rumble, to be honest. Injury like Cena in 07 and his career already over. I see why the match wasn't long because it would have ended up Oba kicking out 10 F5s and 20 suplexes. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't get how a grown man doesn't have a creative mind. These guys are in their 50s. You're telling me they've had 50 years of no creativity. It's crazy. I bet their imaginary film was boring as hell. WWE consistently not giving the IWC what they want again. Have you watched Full Fight? Yeah, I watched the whole show, bro. Cannot wait to see it on Unreal in December. You watch it. Michael Hayes, writer, and Ruder's producer. Yeah, these old guys, mid-carders, bro. Rubbish, bro. Watch the man get Irish whipped through a table. Roman beat Brock plenty of times, but at this point in time, everyone's beat Brock, bro. Everyone's beat Brock. Brock's just lying down for everybody. except John Cena. There's no one love from them for the sport anymore. Ain't been this since they retired. Wait, huh? There's no love from them for the sport anymore. Oh, yeah. Like, why is Triple H not taking authority in writing matches? He had how many Hell in a Cell matches? And you're telling me he can't write one? He can't be involved in having an input into these matches. Like, what's going on? One of the greatest of all time is head of the table, and he doesn't have control of matches. He's letting guys like Michael Hayes and Hurricane write matches for top stars. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Let's get it right, man. He's clearly gone past the stage of caring. He's guaranteed dollar just being Stephanie's husband. Well, you can say that, but they don't own the WWE anymore, man. It's all TKO. The bump Brie took on the stairs. Hope she isn't injured. Yeah, she's done, mate. She was holding her shoulder. She didn't even get involved in the attack on Paige. She did 2 stomps. Yeah, she's fried. One Bella in, one Bella out. But yeah, head, please, 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 please. If you're still in here and you have something to say, head over to my Twitter page. Yeah, put on your hot takes on there. I'll be reacting to them all tomorrow. Putting you in the videos, saying who you are. So let me just put that in the chat for you. If you got any hot takes, please post it to my Twitter. I use these posts and I'll do a hot takes video for you all tomorrow. Prediction videos to come out tomorrow for day 2 as well. Can I just thank every single person that was in my stream today? Yeah, for the gifts, for the likes, for the follows, for the shares, subscribes on YouTube, just absolutely everything, man. You guys have made this experience so good for me tonight. Yeah. I wasn't confident of coming back onto streaming because it wasn't going too well for me, but you guys have made it so much easier for me to realize that I can actually do this and people are going to actually watch me. So I highly appreciate every single one of you here for keeping me company. But I'm going to say bye for now. I don't think I'm going to be on tomorrow because I do have work on Monday. So there won't be any sort of reaction videos, but there will be a review video coming out for the whole show. But yeah, thank you very much. Remember to drop your hot takes on X. Okay, I have put it in the chat for you. It's pinned at the top. Head over to X. Please put all your hot takes on there, and I will do a reaction for you all. Answer some of your questions and react to whatever you've said. My name's Key. Once again, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a good night and enjoy Summerslam Day 2 tomorrow. Love and peace.